Hi, it's Lenny here. I'm just doing a tutorial on a song called Cannock Chase by the artist Labi Siffre, or the musician poet. Pretty much does everything Labi Siffre. It's off of the album Crying, Laughing, Loving, Lying, which is a really good album. If you've not listened to the whole thing, give it a listen. Doing this tutorial because some people commented on a cover that I did quite a while ago, just to do a tutorial, so here it is. Granted, that was a couple years ago, so you've probably learned it now, but in case anyone else finds this useful, or if you're still looking to learn it, here it is. There's only 4 chords to it, and yeah, I'll show you how to play it. If you're just strumming it, that first chord is a bit different to how it's kind of plucked, but I'll show you what I mean. So yeah, just playing this on an island string. A lot easier on a guitar with a wider fretboard because you're going to be doing a lot of kind of thumb stuff, so it's nice to have the string spacing available to you. The chords are kind of a B minor, go into an E major, occasionally you're putting your pinky on that, I think that would be C sharp there, and then, oh, wrong one. A major 7. A major 7. I think that's the major 7. And then a F sharp minor with a, yeah. I'd usually play that, or you can play like that. And if you're strumming it, that's good enough. Sitting in the backseat of my car, with my arms around my guitar. That kind of stuff. So yeah, but if you are fingerpicking it, it's a bit different. So that chord kind of now turns into just a flat bar across the 2nd fret. So you probably need to get your fingers quite strong for that. If you can't get that, just make sure your thumb's planted nicely on there. Again, also helps if it's nylon strings, less tension there. So, and now when you're finger picking it, I think this is what Labi does on the record. At least this is what it sounds like. It sounds kind of like he's just pedaling on that B note at the start. So those chords again, but now you're just kind of barring across. Your thumb and your fingers are kind of doing independent things. So your thumb is just going, and this kind of motion with your fingers is kind of going to run throughout most of it. So what I'm doing there is I'm just plucking that, I'm hammering on there, and plucking that E. So those 2 strings, the G and the B, hammering on. So on that E, you're kind of pulling off. So if you can see that kind of motion. So you're going to do that for a while. With my arms around my guitar. So yeah, it kind of opens up as well. So no singing. This is actually how you do it. No singing. And then when the singing comes in, what I'm actually doing there, it's just you're kind of hopping between the E and the A string. So at the start, it's A, and then this is where that whole bar across on the 2nd fret comes in. Dun, 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 dun. And then when you go to the next chord, it's E, A, sports, it's in the game, like so. So yeah, that is then kind of just a pattern that continues throughout. And now when you go to the next two chords, where it's like, and the world reigns from the top of the world, it's that kind of bit. So up to interpretation, this is how I think it goes. Just like again with the A, E, and then E, A, except when you're on this chord, that kind of oasis-y sounding, you need to be yourself kind of chord. You're gonna hammer on from the open A to that kind of 4th fret on the A string there. There we go. D, which I think is C sharp. Those strings are just open. Yeah, and then and it's not an exact kind of science. I'm not playing the same thing each time, and I do fluff it a lot, but I just need to practice more really. But that's the other thing I was going to say as well. When you're learning these bits, just learn them independently. This worked for me when I was trying to get my head around the song, because there's a lot of kind of mental gymnastics with the rhythms. Learn the bits separately and slowly, and then just bring them together. So thumb separately, finger plucking bit separately, bring it together like a melody spaghetti. Or lasagna, that might be a more appropriate example. And then the top layer being some singing in there too. Yeah, boom. Chef's kiss, you got a recipe for a nice song to play after you've had your pals over for dinner. Just a fun little tune. Yeah, and there is that one bit in there where he's singing about the blues, his old friend. And that bit's really, it's just the same thing, except you're going kind of half measures on it. So, oh, I know that I'll be down again with my old friend. It never ends, the blues is always the same, always the same. And yeah, so just kind of condensed half of that, and then back into the, yeah. Add in like little embellishments and stuff, you know, but the core kind of structure and composition of the song is just, you know, the chords, the lyrics, the melody, which I think is still the important bit, the da 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 da, you know, it's kind of like it's pushing and pulling it. I think those are the kind of fundamental parts of the song that really kind of, you know, make it very appealing to listen to. And then you add in the ba 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 da 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 ba da ba da 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 da. And then that together is just, you know, just great composition. Again, Labi Siffre, what a guy. So yeah, that's the song there. And then near the end as well, I'm not sure if it's the bass or if the guitar is doubling on it, but the bam, bam, bam. So that's just a little rundown. 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret on the A. So that kind of bit also is quite nice too. So yeah, that's the song, those chords. Play it how you want to play it. Those are the chords there. That 2nd fret bar as well. I think that's important for the kind of overall song. But yeah, that's the song there. I hope that was useful. It's probably a whole bunch of rambling. But if you did find that useful, let me know. Or even if you found the chords kind of cool chords, because they are quite cool chords. and of course you could use them anywhere. And yeah, also in regards to Labi Siffre again, he has an excellent I don't know what you say, catalog of poetry. I recently got ordered a poetry book of his off of Amazon, and I will say his writing is quite sharp, quite poignant, and I would recommend any fan of his songwriting to just read his actual poems, because they're fantastic. And also as well, because I'm such a massive fan of Labi Siffre, I'd recommend also checking out the little documentary they did, and also the podcast for BBC Soul Songs or Soul Sounds, where they did it on Something Inside So Strong. But yeah, hopefully that's useful. Please let me know. And if not, have a nice day. Kind regards from Scotland. Cool. Bye.